Record. Okay. So far we've got 4 different rules, okay? Well, we've got 3 rules. The first one is if I've got, let's say, x to the power of m multiplied by x to the power of n, what's the rule here? If I'm multiplying 2 things with exponents, what do I do to the exponents? Hands up. Who can remember? Yep, Nicholas? You add them, good. So I'm going to get x to the power of, yep, m plus n. Okay, so that's one rule. The other rule we did was if we divide them. What do we do if we divide? Emily? Okay, can anybody help her out? Javian? What do you do when we divide? You subtract them, so I'm going to get x to the yep, subtract n, good. We've also got the rule that if we've got x to the power of negative n, what does that tell us? Josh? Yep, so it's going to become 1 over x to the power of n, good. So we've done those 3. We've also done, if I've got x to the power of a half, that's just the same as, these are the ones we did yesterday. I'll let everyone have a think, and then, don't shout out. You okay, Dana? You sure? Agnes, can you fix your mask, please? You too, Isa, your mask. Alright, so let's get some hands up. What does x to the power of a half mean? Stephanie, can you tell me? X to the power of a half? So the half bit means, when we were just doing it, the square root of x. And if it's x to the power of a third, Taylor, it's going to be the, Taylor, can't hear you, the cube root, good. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rules. Okay, now we've got one more to do, okay? So we're going to write down. Oh. Right. How do you find, let's say, x to the power of m all to the power of n? Okay, so we'll do it with an example first. Yes, Julie? So how do you find x to the power of m all to the power of n? So it's x to the m to the power of n. Yep, you can do it on the calculator, but we're going to try and find it out first without using a calculator. So it's me.
That's too hard.
It's not. Alright, so this is different to any ones that we've done so far, okay? Let's just put our hands down for a sec. Just wait until we're all ready. Right, first off, who can tell me what 2 to the power of 3 means? Magnus. Okay, but what does it mean though? Yeah, which is just... Yeah. Right, good. 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 cubed, 2 to the power of 3, is the same as 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, that's what Magnus told us, which is good. And what we're doing is we're putting all of this to the power of 4. Okay? So, what is all of this going to be? No. Now, careful. Take your time. Josh? No.
I know.
We don't call... No. Diana? Not forever. Okay, you're almost there. Okay, good. So we've got 2 times 2 times 2, and we're having to multiply it by itself. How many times?
4 times.
4 times. Okay, so we've got 2 times 2 times 2. That's one of the times. Multiplied by 2 times 2 times 2. That's the second time. Multiplied by 2 times 2 times 2. This is the third time, and then multiplied by 2 times 2 times 2. Which is the same as 2 to the power of what? 2 to the power of 12. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so 2 to the power of 3 all to the power of 4 equals 2 to the power of 12. What's the quick way of going from this straight to this without having to do all this kind of expanding? Yep, Magnus.
You can just times the exponents.
Right, you times the exponents in this case, okay? Good.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to quit.
Not be so negative, please.
My brain isn't malfunctioning.
Yeah, you said, okay. Okay, so in this case, we multiply the exponents. Aiden, have you got all this down? Now be careful with these. Yes, Julian. Right, good, yeah. Good. We'll write that down in a second. Okay, now we have to be very careful because the common mistake is if I give 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4. What's 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4? 2 to the power of 7. Good. What do we do the exponents? Right, so remember, if we are multiplying, we add our exponents. But in this case, it's just the one exponent raised to another exponent, okay? And in this case, we multiply them, okay? We have to be very, very, very careful, okay? When you're multiplying, you add the exponents. And when it's the exponent of an exponent, that's when you multiply. So Javian just told us, so if we have our general rule, x to the power of, what was on the inside? M. And then n on the outside. What's it going to be, Javian? X to the power of mn. That tells us that we just multiply them both together. Alright, so let me give you one to try. So simplify. Writing answers. Using positive exponents. Only. Now we'll do the first one together, okay? Okay, thoughts on what we could do first, Emily? Yeah, we could do the reciprocal. Now, do you mean change this, change this, change this? Or, I was thinking with the top line, what could we do? Using our rule. Add the exponents, okay? Because I've got 10 to the power of something multiplied by 10 to the power of something. So when I add my exponents, what's negative 2 add negative 4? So I'm adding my exponents for the top line. Yep, Karina? Negative 6. I've still got my part on the bottom line here. Oop. Just tidy that up. So I've got 10 squared to the negative 3. What would I have to do next? Sander? Yep, where on the... Yep, on the bottom. So that's going to give me 10 to the power of negative 6. Yeah. It is, but we have to do everything with our exponents. Okay. So that's why we're doing that. And then what's our answer? 1, because good, yeah, anything divided by exactly the same thing always gives me 1. Okay, so that's the process. Now if I change that to 100 Javian, it might not have been as obvious that the answer is actually 1. Okay? So that's why you leave it as it is. Okay, you guys try this one. So same type of thing. So x to the negative 3 multiplied by x to the 0 multiplied by x to the 4, all divided by x squared to the negative 2. So you might have to do 2 steps again. So do the top line first, and do the bottom line, and then combine them. All right, so first thing, okay, now the important thing here is you have to use these rules, okay? So the rules that we wrote down here, okay? So we've got all these different rules that we wrote down towards the start when we came up with this new rule. And we have to use them when we're doing these questions, okay? So we know when we're multiplying. Stop packing up, Xander. When we're multiplying, what do we do to our exponents, Samaya? We add the exponents. Good. So we've got -3, add 0, add 4, which gives me 1. So on the top, I've got x to the power of 1. Now on the bottom, I've got x squared all to the -2. We stop packing up, or I'm going to keep us here even longer than we need to be. 4, and I got 2 to the 12. What did I do to the exponents? I multiplied them, yep. And that's exactly the same as this one. I've got 2 to the x to the 2 to the power of -2. So what do I do to the exponents? Multiply them, okay? So I'm going to have x to the power of -4, right? Now when I'm dividing, I've got x to the 1 divided by x to the -4. What do I do to the exponents when I'm dividing? Hands up. I really appreciate the people that put their hands up all the time. Okay, I do. And I apologize that I don't ask you all the time, but I need more people to participate. Because I know, like, we've done this, and I know that you know the answer. Nick, you subtract the exponents. So I've got x to the power of, it's going to be 1 subtract -4. What is 1 subtract -4? Let's get some hands up when you're ready. Isa? 5, right. So I get x to the power of 5. Okay, it's all about using the rules, okay? Going through it step by step. Okay, now we will finish up having a bit of practice of this tomorrow.